You only get one shot at life, so gotta live it. We're Chris and Morgan, a British-American couple on a mission to show our kids, Jonah and Jude, that the best things in life happen outside of our comfort zones. We're renovating our fifth wheel Bilbo to become our home on wheels as we hit the road full-time on a quest to explore 50 states in 50 weeks.
Where are we now?
Hi Explorers! Greetings from my parents' driveway.
Still here.
Still here. This week we decided to think safety first, and being a Michigan native, nothing screams safety like clean drinking water. So we had to figure this out. We didn't even know what a huge issue this was until we started doing some deep diving. So if you were to just drink water from the RV tap, can you think of some things that it might have in it?
I think we have parasites,
pesticides,
E. coli.
Yeah, poop, human
and
animal. I mean, heavy metals. The list goes on and on and on. And those are all things that we do not want to even come close to with kids.
And those things are invisible in the water.
That's
you don't
terrifying.
even see them, so you wouldn't even know.
Yeah, so we had to figure out what to do about this. So we started doing some hardcore research. I probably went way down
You went down the rabbit hole.
I really did, so please bear with me. My background's in journalism, so this was definitely a project for me. So anyway, so there is something for a lot of RVers and even some homeowners that seems to be the holy grail of this whole niche that we're in, called the Berkey, and it seemed amazing. You can watch tons of videos on YouTube of people just pouring in, disgusting pond water and it coming out completely clear. However, this wasn't the best option for us, as controversial as it may be. It just doesn't fit. We have a 27-foot Palomino Puma that the four of us are living in. We have very limited counter space, and these things, even the smallest ones, are pretty big, and we drink so much water. We did a little bit more research. We reached out to some people. One family that we really love that we've connected with, another Michigan family on Instagram, the Fifth Wheel family, recommended something called Clearsource.
And it sits outside of the RV, or you can modify it somehow and put it inside if you really want to. It comes with this little handle that you use to undo the canisters when you're changing your filters. When it's time to change your filters, which is recommended every 6 months. And it's super simple. They pop out. These are the filters. This one is the carbon filter that goes in the middle there. Pop it straight back in and screw it on. Let's pretend about the RV park, and this is our water that we're provided with. So it pops straight into the side of your Clearsouce here, screws in, and it isn't labeled, but it does go left to right, just so you know. Like that, and then you've got your safe drinking hose that you connect on the other side.
Sold separately, correct?
Sold separately, yeah, sold separately.
Product not included.
Product not included. So that goes on this side. And then this side goes into your, over here, if you want to follow me. This goes into your city connection here and spins around. But I read online that you're advised to grab an elbow joint, so there's not as much stress on this joint. And so the water that's going in isn't like high pressure going in, and it's not going to hurt any pipes or pipe work and things like that. And that's it.
Then I started researching bottled water, because for a minute I thought, it might not be too bad if for a while we just get bottled water. However, there's so many reasons why this is even better than bottled water. So first of all, when you're thinking about consuming all those bottles, that's a lot of extra waste that you're putting in the environment. Not cool.
Environment, yep.
We're not cool with that. And then in addition to that, it's made out of plastic. And what do you think that you're drinking? Microplastics. So how horrible for not only us, but our precious little children, our future. So that just was not going to fly. And a lot of bottled water companies will actually put a bunch of additives in there to make their water taste better, and they're not always good, and some even put salt, and I'm definitely not okay with that. I do not need any help in the sodium department. So we thought that this was a much better option. In addition to that, let me just break it down even more dorkily for you.
You really did dive down the rabbit hole.
The Clearsource is rated to process 2,000 gallons of water before needing a filter change. So what that means is how many bottles of water are in 1 gallon? 8. So if you times that, we get to 16,000 bottles of water that this thing could possibly produce in lieu of. And so I started thinking about that and the savings, and I'm thinking, wow, that's pretty great. However, Practical Morgan piped in and said, we're gonna be using some of this for washing dishes and showering, brushing our teeth, etc. So let's just bring that down to half, okay? And I think that's being very generous, because I don't think that we'll use that much, because we do drink a ton of water. So that brings us down to 8,000 bottles of water. And the average cost of a bottle of water is $1.50. So what is $1.50 times 8,000? If I'm correct, I believe that it's $12,000.
Okay, I think you're right.
And the I could be wrong, but double check that and let us know in the comments. And the Clearsource retails for about $400, giving us an annual savings, or however long it takes us to get through this, of $11,600.
I like that.
And we're saving the environment and our bodies while we're at it. So it kind of was a no-brainer for us. Well,
and if you think about it, we're going to like all states, right? Every state.
All 48.
All 48 in the RV.
With Bilbo.
With Bilbo. And every state is different. Every state's water is different, different ions, different sulfurs. So we really have to make sure that we had one unit that's going to process all our water and keep us healthy and keep us safe.
So I know all these things. I did my research. However, I still thought it was a little nerve-wracking. So we invited our friends up, fellow vloggers, the Santos Chronicles, to be our guinea pigs. We appreciate them.
And we have some well water that was unfiltered, that we filtered with our new Clearsource. And we have some store-bought Dasani water. And we want to see if you guys can taste the difference.
Is this tasting like Dasani or a little different?
I have to try beef first. Then I can tell the difference.
This is such a sophisticated event.
I will say I like B.
I'm guessing B is the filter.
And this is perfect. It's a hot day. It's stressful.
This is stressful. What's the right answer? They both taste good.
Okay.
But I'm guessing B is the Dasani.
A is the Dasani. B is the filtered well water.
Wow! I was
and
sure.
just straight well water that was filtered too, like gross, like straight from the well.
I was sure the B was the Dasani when they charged you $10 in Hawaii for uncapping it. So that's a really good filter.
Really good.
Thank you so much for watching and following us on our journey. It means the absolute world to us. We hope that this was helpful to you. Whether you choose the Berkey, the Clearsource, it's just important that you have clean water to drink. And we'd love to know what you use. Comment down below, because we're curious. And also, we have a huge question for you. We really want to get on the road so badly, and we've been waiting for weeks to get our truck in to get, almost a month, I think, right? Ever since
Something
we got
like
it,
that, yeah.
to get fitted to actually haul Bilbo, and this has been a huge issue. And so we decided to do some research of our own instead of just going on the recommendation of what was provided to us.
Yes.
And we're more confused than ever, and really would appreciate your help, especially if you're a seasoned RVer. Please, please help us.
Indecisive is the key word here. So we have Gandalf, the F250 Super Duty, and we had to figure out what hitch to put in it. And there's a couple of options. There's something that is just a regular fifth wheel that we would back in and hitch it up, or there's something called a gooseneck, which I didn't even know existed. But that is a really lightweight, like 35 pounds, that goes in the back of the truck, and then you have like a ball that drops into it, which is a little different. So I'm also considering that, but I don't know which is the safest, which is the easiest to maneuver.
We're going to be moving often. That's something to keep in mind too. We're not just doing this like a couple weekends a year. We're going to be doing it full time, a different state. We're going to be moving so much, like a crazy amount, probably more than most. So we really want it to be easy to maneuver. That's super important to us.
And there's a big difference in prices as well. You know, obviously I'm sure if you pay more you get better, but there's the pull right, which has a slider on it and helps you if you're like newbies like us, which maybe that's what we go with, I'm not sure. But I just don't know what to go with. And is having a heavier hitch in the back gonna be harder on the car when you're towing it? I just don't know. I'm still trying to figure these things out.
You know, reach out to us. And also, just because of full transparency, should we let them into our other chronic issue that we've been dealing with about our truck?
What's that?
Did we make a mistake?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Okay, so we've heard a lot of issues with
we're on the verge of tears here, so help us out.
6.4 diesel, which is what we have in our Ford F-350.
Our specific year.
Overheating in the radiators. Well, 2008, 2010 models. Yeah, overheating of the radiator and bad mileage because of the
fuel economy.
Bad economy, yeah, because of the fuel, and people deleting their trucks, which is illegal, and
we're
I
not
don't want to delete
that.
it and then get pulled over and have a dilemma.
We would never do that anyway. But it's just, we don't know, did we make like a fatal mistake? Because we'd like to correct it before we go, if possible. We're just hoping we didn't. It was so hard to even find a truck, let alone to have to like start over, to have to sell and try to find another one. It's just, we're a little overwhelmed right now. So if there's anything, any advice that you could drop on us, any place that you could point us in the right direction,
help the noobs.
So that's exactly where we're at with our journey. Thank you so much for being a part of it, and we'll see you next week.
Cheers.
I'd like to not. Let's just.
You ever seen that before? Like, it's like a romantic thing people do. Romantic people do it.
Oh, are we not romantic?
I thought they were standard.
Yeah. What's the difference?
What do you mean, what's the difference? Look at the size of it.
What'd you do?
I just snapped the key off in the lock, and now I can't open it.
Ever again?
Seriously, your RV, from all the videos that I've seen, is better than most houses.